Yoko was having an art show in London at a gallery called Indica Gallery, and I heard this was going to be a happening, so I went down the night before the opening. And the first thing that was in the gallery, as you went in, there was a white step ladder and a painting on the ceiling and a spyglass hanging down. I walked up this ladder, and I picked up a spyglass, you balance it there, and in two little writings, it just said yes. If it said no, or, you know, something nasty, like, you know, rip-off or whatever, I would have left the gallery that, because it was positive, it said yes. I thought, okay, it's the first show I've been to that said something, you know, warm to me. So then I decided to see the rest of the show, and that's when we met.
I don't believe in the war industry. I believe in the peace industry. And most of us are now thinking about war. The people who want to have war is thinking about war, and the peaceniks are thinking about war because they don't want to have war, you know. So with all that, we're all thinking together in unison about war. So why can't we focus into peace?
We always unite. Get up on the hill and peace it. And also, you come now.
That's a great one.
Everybody's talking about
Planet Earth,
rebirth,
United Nations,
good relations,
space station,
starvation, radiation, salvation, education, liberation. All we are saying is give peace a share. All we are saying.
as long as the war industry is more profitable, more viable, we're always going to have war. And we have to understand that. And the war industry people are really together, you know, right? All right, let's go and kill, you know? And the peace industry people are all like so opinionated, and they have sex preference and ideas about what is perfect and what is good. They're all perfectionists, you know? So they hate each other and they criticize each other and they're not together at all. And my feeling is that in the peace industry, you have to become more generous to each other, caring about each other, and allowing people to be different from you. You know, the difference is fine. My world is gone. Find myself lying alone. John was very caring too, and also he understood my music. And when I'm talking to Sean, it's just, you know, it's a very strange feeling. The same kind of tape, you know. And also with John, we never had to really explain to each other so much. You know, we just talked in sign language, oh, this, oh, all that, you know, and we understood. And it's like that with Sean too, in a way. So it's a very strange feeling. He's very quick to learn, and also, well, you know, he has a kind of intelligence that is a kind of intelligence that maybe John and I didn't have even, you know. I mean, he's still very young, you know, and so that's very interesting, how far he's going to go.
We're having lunch on Sunday, April the 12th.
Sean was born on October the 9th, which I was, so we're almost like twins.
Mother, you had me. Hold your eyes. Have no fear. You know you make me want to shout. Put my finger up. Gonna come back. Kick my heel up. Come on now. Take it easy. Take it easy. Take it easy.
What do you think of the comment that you're nothing but a bunch of British Elvis Presley?
Oh, it's not true. It's not true.
Imagine all the people
I'm the famous one. I'm the one that's supposed to know everything, but she's my teacher. She's taught me everything I fucking know.
I can hardly express my mixed emotions at my thoughtlessness.
We want to be with each other all the time. So if we had different jobs, it would really suck because we'd always be missing each other. So the fact that we have the same job helps, you know, because we get to spend all our time together.
But even with drawings and things, it was been talking to Yoko, and she convinced us that anything I draw or write is just as important communication-wise. I shouldn't just show it to friends. I should put everything out.
All forms of art are just different means of creativity, you know, and it doesn't really matter what medium you're using as long as you're expressing yourself, you know. And I think that you can express yourself with music or painting or with, you know, cinema or, you know, poetry, whatever you want. As long as you kind of express yourself, I think it's art.
I don't believe in people.
Gandhi and Martin Luther King, great examples of fantastic non-violence who died violently. I can't never work that out. You know, we're pacifists, but I'm not sure. It's always that. But what does it mean when you're such a pacifist that you get shot? I can never understand that.
I idolize non-violent people like Gandhi and Martin Luther King. I think to be non-violent is perhaps the most powerful thing that a human being can do, especially in the face of violence. If you can use the situation to make a political statement and try to actually influence the way people think, then you're finally doing something with your life.
This is another peace project, by the way. Why the bag?
Because we believe it's total communication. That means that if we have something to say, or anybody has something to say, they can communicate and not confuse you with what color your skin is, or how long your hair's grown, or how long is your hair now. How you have to guess.
I want people to stop putting labels on things and just start expressing themselves more freely. And, you know, I want genres to be broken down. If you think positively and you're optimistic about your life, then positive things will happen, you know. Whereas if you think negatively, then negative things will happen. So I thought, you know, if I'm going to make a record, I should make something that makes people think positively so that, you know, it affects the world in a positive way.
It's not out of our control. I still believe in love, peace. I still believe in positive thinking. While there's life, there's hope. Because I always consider my work one piece. And I consider that my work won't be finished until I'm dead and buried. And I hope that's a long, long time.
Stand by me.